Hey everybody, welcome to another fun evening of crafting with Raincross Farms Makery. Let me go. Turn down my volume. How is everybody? When you hop on, say hello so we know you're watching, so we don't feel all alone. How is everybody? Saturday night. How's your weekend going? We kind of had a lazy day. We got the living room and the dining room cleaned up and decorated.
I wouldn't call that a lazy day.
So we got that much done. Yeah, but that should have taken an hour.
But there's Liana.
Oh, I just saw some names. Hey, Jackie, good morning.
Hi, Kevin.
Can't sleep. Hey, Kevin. Hey, Ken.
Ken,
Hey,
we're not
Patty.
stranger than you.
Hey, Liana. How is everybody? Duke says hello. If you're new, my name is Robin. Behind the computer and behind the cameras is Bill, and we are Raincross Farms Makery, coming to you from just outside of Lewiston, Idaho.
That's
And
where I belong.
this is Duke. He is our self-proclaimed mascot, and he's settling in here. He thinks he's going to be part
bored
of this. Hi, Barbara. But he's about ready to get the old heave-ho.
Ready to come down
to
here
go
with me,
sit
buddy
Daddy.
boy?
Go sit on Daddy's lap.
Come here, Duke. Come here, buddy.
Knock over my bin.
Come
Okay.
on. Up you go. Good boy.
Hello, everybody.
So mine is not showing. Mine is showing Bob Bennett live, but not you. Oh, there you go. Okay.
Well, either way. Hello.
Let's hear
Okay.
Bob Bennett live too.
Okay, looks like we got 8 people on. Hey, Alana, glitter, glitter. Miss Daisy is doing fine. She goes out and runs when she feels like it, and then she comes back and she hobbles because she kind of overdid it. But she doesn't seem to be in pain. She just favors that leg. And let's see, we heard, well, you took the phone call. We were referred to WSU, Washington State University, for her surgery. And so they called back and they scheduled a consultation for March.
March 22nd.
March
the
22nd.
end.
So we weren't, and that's just the consultation. They will schedule surgery after that. So we weren't completely happy with that.
The next closest place that does osteo surgical for the ACL is Spokane, which just seems nuts to me. But
Which
that's
is like
what
2.5 hours away. So I don't know. So anyway, we got back in touch with our vet to find out should we push it faster? Should we keep her on anti-inflammatories? So we're taking care of her. She's doing fine. At least in the winter, she's a little less active because it's cold outside and we're not outside as much. So
They did say it would be good to keep her moving so
Yeah,
it doesn't atrophy, but they just don't want her overdoing it all.
yeah, and we don't want her to favor the one so much that she strains the other knee because there's a good likelihood that if it affects one knee, it can affect the other knees. Anyway, but she's doing good, and we're taking good care of her, and she can still jump up on the bed when she wants to, and when she doesn't want to, she kind of stands there and looks pitiful, and we take pity on her. But anyway, so that's our Daisy news, and we're ready to craft. So, a couple reminders. Love or like our page. Follow us if you aren't already. Most of you probably are already following us. Preaching to the choir. But if you're new or if you're watching replay, we would love it if you'd follow our page. And if you would sprinkle it out, so let other people know about us. If Facebook won't push us out, we would love it if you would. And if you would like to know a few minutes before we go live with a text notification to your phone, you can type the word live to 208-425-1960, and we will set you up on that. And it's absolutely free.
Say hi to Sylvia.
Hi, Sylvia.
She's here with us. Just popped up on my phone.
So, tonight we are making glitter ornaments. Now,
Glitter.
This is is apparently as old as the hills, this technique, but honestly, I never had really seen it until last Christmas. So I don't know, I guess I was living in a hole, or my craft
Gave you my heart.
my craft
Sorry.
topics were something different last year. So this is relatively new to me, so maybe it's new to you. Maybe I'll show you something different. If not, you can tell me what I'm doing wrong, give me some suggestions. But so we are going to make glitter ornaments where you take this. These were from Michael's. These are plastic, and these are the disc ones. So they're round, but they're flat. So they're disc shaped. These were from Michael's, but I know Dollar Tree has had them. So, and again, they're plastic. So if you have cats and dogs that like to play with your tree, so we're gonna use some of those. And I'm also gonna show you something, a really cool idea that you can use one of these. What do they call it? It's just an ornament, but it kind of looks like a baby food jar, and it's got the lid that screws off, but it hangs upside down like that. And I gotta tell you, I probably should have pulled one out and showed you. For a craft fair last year, I got a bunch of these, and I found a template for little teeny tiny Amazon boxes. And so I printed out and cut up and folded up these little teeny tiny Amazon boxes and glued them in here, stacked them up, put snow on it, and then with my Cricut, I put the letters, here comes Amazon right down my driveway.
Down my driveway.
I did not sell a single one of those, and they were stinking cute. So if you want one, let me know. I'll send it to you for the price of shipping. Anyway, so I have a different idea for using these. Okay, so
All those things sold, didn't they?
no, not a single one.
We did too. We sold. I know I sold one
Wow.
this year.
I didn't. I think I still have a dozen of them in there. Yep, Cheryl made about 100. Cheryl is on it.
I want to know what she did with all 100 of them.
I don't know.
All right, so what are we doing first? Where do we
Okay.
start?
So first of all, let me show you. There's lots of ways to do it. I don't know which way Cheryl does it. Some people do it with where you pour in some sort of adhesive. Some people use Mod Podge. Some people use hairspray. Some people use Mop and Glow floor wax. And some people, I have found, I use this. I use polyacrylic protective finish. It's water-based. It's Minwax brand, but it's polyacrylic. It's just a crystal clear finish, water-based. This is clear matte. It comes in matte and semi-gloss and gloss.
You probably stole that from my garage.
No, I did not. I bought this myself.
Because you used up all the stuff from my garage.
No, because I was using a lot of it. So they sell it in smaller containers at craft stores. I think I got this. I either got this at Walmart or Home Depot, but they sell them wherever they sell paint. So this is what I use, but I don't use it out of this. I pour it into this. And I found this works really, really well. I will be honest, I have not tried any other of those things. I've never tried Mod Podge, I've never tried the hairspray, and I've never tried the Mop and Glow. I have heard from other crafters that they all work, but I've heard that the Mop and Glow sometimes doesn't work as well, and that it may yellow after a couple of years getting stored away. So I don't know if it's a lot more sensitive to temperature changes, going through the summer and through the winter. So I'm just going with what I know works, and you're welcome to try some of the others. And if you have, let's see, Cheryl says she uses polyacrylic, and she's tried Mod Podge and did not like it. Okay, so there you go. Someone who has tried it and she did not like it. What was the fail? What did it do? Did it clump up? Let us know. Okay, so I poured some of this in here, and this is what you do. We're going to make a couple of the disc-shaped ones, and I think we'll just make one of these for now. Okay, so you're also going to need some little cups. These are just little bathroom Dixie cups because you're going to need something when you pour out the polyacrylic. So the first thing you do is you take off the little caps and don't throw them away because you need them. You can also do these with the completely round ornaments. You can also do them with glass. You could probably do it with jars too. Once you know the technique. Oh, you grabbed them? Okay, this was, can they see it? I don't know if you can see it. These are my cute little ornaments. And I didn't sell a single one. Can you see those little boxes in there, those little Amazon boxes? I think I need to give one to our UPS person and our mail lady.
Here, let me see if I can do this here.
Yeah, there you go. Isn't that cute? Here comes Amazon. Here comes Amazon right down my driveway.
I don't remember what I ordered just the other day. Anyway.
Okay.
There's my date.
Okay, so Cheryl says it's too thick and takes forever to drain the excess out. So there you go. That makes sense. Okay, so I like the consistency of this. It's kind of thin, it's a little thicker than water, but it's not as thick as Mod Podge. So this is what I do. Some people measure it, I don't measure it. And I stick a tablespoon or so in the ornament. And then you don't want to shake it up because you don't want any bubbles or anything, but you just kind of slowly roll it around till you get the inside of that ornament coated.
I'm getting into the chips. Come on, baby.
So I don't know if you want to go to overhead. Hey, Patty. Hey, Ken. Thanks for the 100 stars. Yes, I know. I didn't sell any. Maybe, I don't know, maybe everybody had made their own. Who knows? You know, you go to those craft fairs and then you get the crafters who are busy taking pictures of all your stuff and not buying anything.
That's what I always do.
Yeah, I mean, I do it too, but at least I try to sneak. So, and I'm just kind of making sure it's coated. And then actually, I've got quite a bit in here. So I'm going to pour the bulk of it back in my container. And as I do that, I'm going to make sure I've got it all up in the rim. You don't need a thick coating, but you do need it coated. And you're really not going to see much of the neck when you put the cap back on. So I'm getting most of that out. And now what I'm going to do is, I should have done this first. With these disc-shaped ones, they don't always want to sit. Sometimes they want to kind of tip over in the cup, so I just kind of clip the edges there. And then I'm just going to sit it in there, and I'm going to let it drain for 3 or 4 minutes. And I'm going to do the next one.
That's got to be one of the good things about using polyacrylic. You got a good 10 minutes of open time on these.
Yeah, because I don't want it really thick in there. I don't want it clumpy. I don't want it dry, but it doesn't have to be super wet. And I just want to have that thin layer in there. So we're just kind of letting it drain out. And I'm going to put some more in here. And again, swirling, swirling, swirling. Okay, so Cheryl has made these before. Did you guys say, has anybody else made them?
I have.
You have?
Mm-hmm.
When?
I didn't do it with that. We just ran clear glue in it.
Oh, you did glue? Did it work okay?
Yeah. We sold them at...
So they are older than dirt.
We did black glitter, and then we etched it with our laser, and we put Darth Vader on it. Because we were doing all of our Star Wars stuff at that point.
Was that at school?
Yeah.
I spilled. I'm cleaning up. Okay, so I'm rolling it around. And when I get to the neck, some of it's going to start dripping out. And And I'm gonna prop it up in my little Dixie cup. That, do the next one. Whoop. Don't just put it in there. What are you thinking? You're not thinking.
Who's not?
I have been talking to myself today.
I'm gonna go to
Okay.
overhead. Let's see what that looks like overhead.
So again, has anybody else made these before? Let me know. Am I preaching to the choir? Have you all done them? Or is it something new for you? Okay, so here's what I've been having little conversations with myself today. No, Alana, I'm not hearing voices.
That's up for a vote.
I have been having a little pity party, sort of, because I've been, with this business and trying to, we are relatively new. We didn't really launch this until late July, so we really haven't been doing it too long. And honestly, we've been doing pretty good. I ranked up to mentor level, and we were wanting 500 followers, and we got them a week early. And we've got all of you faithful people. Okay, Alana's never tried it, so this is something new, and it's glitter, so you'll love it. So I've been watching the numbers because we were trying to get to 1,000 followers by New Year's Eve, and that's just not going to happen, and that's okay. But I watch. I'm comparing myself to other people, and I'm watching these other crafters, and within 2 minutes of them going live, they've got 1,500 people watching. And I think, they're not doing anything groundbreaking. I'm doing the same thing. How come I'm not getting all those followers? I'm having a pity party. You guys ever have those?
No, never.
Never. Okay, now on this one, because both ends are open, I'm going to tape up this small one, the small end. So the polyacrylic can drain out there.
Liana says she hasn't done it, but her cousin did this year since she used the polyacrylic.
Okay, good. So confirmation of, okay, so same thing with this, only it's a little bit bigger and it's got 2 ends, and same thing though. I'm just kind of swirling it around, getting a coating. This one, I have a fun plan for this one. So anyway, back to my pity party. So I was feeling sorry for myself, and I'm thinking, how come, I put a post up on Facebook, and like 4 people responded, and I see other people who put the exact same post up, and within an hour they've got 100 comments. And I know that's not the followers. That's Facebook. They only put it out in front of whoever they feel like putting it out in front of. So if I didn't get responses, it's most likely because they didn't show it to the people who would respond. And so feeling sorry for myself. Why? Wah, wah, wah. Call the ambulance. Okay, same thing. I'm going to kind of drip this out. And this one's a little bigger, so make sure that's settled. And then it took me back to my teaching days. If you know, I used to teach elementary school for 22 years. Not all of that was in a classroom, but 22 years. And every year I would have those kiddos that, for whatever reason, that's true. Where's my click, though? Where's my click?
Your click is right here.
You are.
You're watching.
Well, that's what I'm getting to.
Okay.
Anyway, I would always have those kids that were challenging. For whatever reason, and he'll tell you that's where all my energy went to those kids that caused problems, to those kids that had problems. And I felt like I never got to enjoy the good kids. I know that they're all good kids, but I never got to enjoy the kids that weren't challenging. And I was always held accountable to those challenging ones, and I'm feeling like it's happening here. I'm sitting here thinking, I don't have this, and I don't have that, and I don't have this. And I realized today, well, enjoy what you have. Enjoy these 10 people that come on faithfully and follow you and have joined. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to enjoy you, and I'm going to let the rest of the people come in their own good time. Okay. Anyway, enough ranting. Okay, so if there's a good amount of polyacrylic, you can put it back in, but you don't have to. Okay. So I've got that coated, and next I'm going to dump in some glitter. Now I made some already. Let me show you. I made some already, and with these I used Dollar Tree glitter. And it's kind of going to be an experiment. I just used these little things, which, to be honest, might not be a great bargain, because I could get like 4 times as much glitter for maybe $1.67 at Walmart. But anyway, I got these at Dollar Tree, and they look pretty good. But I've also heard you get what you pay for with glitter. You use cheap glitter, you get a cheap looking. So these were Dollar Tree glitter. They look fine, but I'm going to use some of my higher class
Set them
glitter.
out in the middle, and I'm going to go to the overhead.
So I'm going to use my higher class glitter and see if it makes much of a difference. So let's see. This one, you talked about, you used what? What color glitter did you say you
Oh, we
used?
had black.
Black?
Yeah,
Well,
we
this
had black.
this one
We're
is,
doing Darth Vader.
this is hematite, which is kind of like a gunmetal. It's like a gray silver glitter. And actually, I don't want to open that completely up.
She just
So
says
I thought
we
that
need
might
to
look
try it.
pretty.
It hasn't yet.
This is Martha Stewart brand, so I know I got it at Michael's. So it's a little better quality than Dollar Tree. So I'm going to dump in.
You're brave. I'd use a funnel.
Yeah, but then I'd have to wash the funnel. Okay, so I'm dumping in the glitter,
You need another.
and this I can actually,
I got begging eyes over here.
don't put in too much, because once it goes in here, you don't, and anything that drops out, you really don't want to put back in your container. Okay, so I'm just shaking it around, and I'm going to kind of hold it up to the light. See a little see-through. And you do want to dump out your excess glitter, because if you don't, it will eventually kind of clump wherever it lands. And then if there's a little bit of see-through, you'll see clumpies. So
Keita says she's been meaning to try it, but hasn't yet. I'm thinking she's talking about the inexpensive glitter.
or this type of ornament. Okay. So
Which one
I'm
are you
gonna
talking
put it back in, and I'm gonna kind of shake out the excess and just kind of let it sit there. And we will see what we think of that one.
These people are missing a show over here. These dogs are begging for.
Are you eating?
for
Are you snacking?
chips.
Okay, so here's my gunmetal. It's a little purplish. Might actually have a purple tone, but it's really kind of a silvery dark gray. That'll look pretty. Be good with Star Wars.
That's about what we
Okay,
did.
this one I'm going to do with a chunky. This is called Peacock Feathers. It's by Love All Bling. Love All Bling Company. So this I spent, I don't remember how much it was, but I spent some money on it. Okay, and it's a little chunkier, but it's got that purple and teal. So we'll see what that looks like. So
Lana says it's pretty. And Cheryl says she didn't pay attention to brands as long as it was extra fine glitter.
yeah.
Didn't like the regular glitter.
Yeah, and this is not extra fine. This is extra fine. This is not, and I'm noticing it's a lot more. I can see through it, but it's still sparkly and pretty. So I'm actually going to, you know what? It's having some problems because it is so chunky
I wonder if I can make that.
that it not all of it's sticking. So again, we are experimenting with the different kinds of glitters. And you've got it all over. But anyway, isn't that pretty? Can you see that color?
I'm going to see if I can make it a little bit brighter. We were having problems with that last night. It probably won't let me do it right now, but that's all
Okay,
right.
so I'm gonna shake that out. That's pretty.
I'm going to go
I
back to
do.
that
I
one.
can see through it, but that's okay. That's not necessarily a bad thing. But if you want it solid color, you want it a solid like this, where you really can't see light through it. You don't want to use the chunky. You want to use the extra fine.
Liana says she needs peacock feathers for sure.
It is really pretty.
And then Alana says, those are beautiful. Got to get me some peacock feathers.
Yes. Again, it's
Lana,
by,
you like anything
it's
sparkly.
by
so
Love All Bling. So I think
All
if you typed in loveallbling.com, you could go to their website. Okay, and you know what? I was going to use another chunky. But I'm not super thrilled with how the chunky works. So I'm going to switch. Now this was Dollar Tree Gold, and this is, it's still not the high end, but this is Walmart Gold. And-
Ken says, you got me a gunmetal. Yep. Mhm.
okay, so.
Me too, Ken. Me too.
This one is new, so I've got to open it up. It's not exactly like this. Should have done this earlier. Okay, so this is the Walmart Gold. So it's a little higher quality than the Dollar Tree. So we'll see what that does.
Looks like the video is being jumpy right now, but
Big
again,
jumpy.
it's not us. It's somewhere
Sparkly is good. Okay.
in the system. So
And
I'm not going to cry
so
anymore.
I'm going to dump that in. And then shake this up. And, well, it's a little bit brighter. Okay, so I don't know if you can tell the difference. It's
Let me go over.
a brighter. This one is the Walmart, and it does look a little
It's deeper in
sparklier.
color.
It's a deeper color.
Yeah.
It's just brighter and sparklier. So there is some truth to the quality of glitter that you get. This is perfectly acceptable though, but this is just like an extra step.
It definitely is a stronger
And
glitter.
I end up with glitter on my thumb. Okay, now this next one, we are going to use what's called a cheat glitter, or this is the Walmart brand. This is iridescent glitter, and it's really kind of see-through. It takes on the color of whatever is behind it, or it doesn't take on any color, but it kind of has that iridescent, that pearlescent. Now I'm going to use my expensive stuff. This is It's Pretty Personal Mistress Cheat. So they call it a cheat glitter, but it really is just going to kind of put a frost.
What do they call it?
Cheat?
Cheat?
It's the cheat.
Not cheat.
Not cheat. Cheat, like
Spell it.
cheat on your test.
Oh, okay.
CHEAT. I think that is a copyrighted term in the glitter world. So some people call it different things, but it's meant to be kind of see-through. A little bit more. I also make tumblers, epoxy tumblers, and I use this. I paint the surface,
Is that
and
the one
then
that's?
and then I
Is that the one that's on your blessed tumbler that
Yes.
you use? Yeah.
yes.
That's a I
No,
was looking.
no, that's actual glitter color.
Okay.
But like I do it's called a unicorn burst. So I do multicolored on the surface of the tumbler, and then I want it glittered, but I don't want to glitter all those different colors. So I use this over it, and it picks up whatever color it covers. So this kind of makes a clear-ish, kind of like a snowy surface, but it's got iridescent. And we need that for what I'm going to be doing. Can you see? I don't know. You probably can't pick up that sparkle.
Tip it forward a little more.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So it's got a little bit of sparkle. It's got iridescent sparkle.
Now, since it makes iridescent whatever's behind it, could you add a color in behind that right now?
Will you stop?
I'm just, hey, I'm asking questions that I think other people might want to know.
Yes, you could put something behind it, and it would kind of show through, which is kind of where we're going.
Okay.
And again, I made one of these earlier, and I used the Walmart brand. This is chunkier. This is extra fine. This is chunkier, and this is how that one turned out. So you can see the chunkier. It has a lot more like facets. So anyway, so let's get to blinging these up. Well, they're already kind of blinged. They're not going to get much blingier, but let's try putting some stencils on them. Put this away. I'm going to put this down here. Okay, so I pulled out my Christmas minis, and I thought because these are the disc-shaped ones, it might work to lay these down, and it might not. It might be too much of a curved surface. So again, we're experimenting, so we'll see how this works. Okay. So on this gunmetal, I think the snowman would look. Should I do the snowman or the skates on the gunmetal? Let's try the snowman. So because these are flexible, they may well, I know it wouldn't work on those completely round ornaments, but on this where it's flatter surface, I don't know. It might wrinkle too much. I don't think that's going to work. We're going to try. I'm kind of pushing it down. Now, if I was doing this with Cricut vinyl, I would probably snip in and around the corners. I don't want to do that with my transfer. So I'm just trying to get it as flat as I can. Now, if I used the bigger, these also come in a bigger size. That might give me more of a flat surface. I'm kind of stretching it. Trying to make it lay flat, because I know if there's a bubble there, I'm going to have paste bleed out. So, okay, this, we'll see. We'll see. I've got that down just as flat, you can see, as flat as I can get it. And there are some little edges that might give me problems, but if it doesn't work, our paste is I can wash it off. It's semi-permanent. So let's get the shimmer frost. As long as we're doing sparkly, let's do our shimmer frost. Chalkology paste, again, chalk in paste form. And I'm going to use my mini squeegee, and I'm just going to get some of that paste on the squeegee. And one last push down.
Just a minute, buddy.
You shall see.
Pushing me for for
Well, you
tips.
got snackos. You got them spoiled.
They're my dogs. I
We
can
can't
spoil
eat anything without little brown eyes staring at us. We have a system when I eat cheese and crackers. They get every third piece split among them. I think they know how to count. Because when I get that third piece, they're looking at me like, it's ours, Mom. Okay. So, hopefully that did not bleed out under. We shall see.
I don't know.
Scrape the excess off.
I don't know.
You don't know?
Alana says it's in a cute way, like I'm a puppy or something. She said I posted. You don't know any of this because you're busy.
Worked.
Move it down a little bit, baby. There you go. All right, roll it around. Go to the front.
Go to the front.
Okay. Look at all the light reflection. My goodness, I'm gonna fix that.
That actually worked. I'm excited. So it was a bit of a challenge to get it laid flat, but it was just enough. So I'm going to lay that down. I'm going to close this up. Well, maybe I'll use it again.
So
and
I said that I was getting in trouble no matter what I do. And Elena says because I'm so full of mischief.
Yes, you are.
And I said, I can't believe you'd say that about me. She said, but it's in a good way, like a puppy.
Yeah. You're cute.
Ken understands. Ken understands me.
Get me a newspaper, you little puppy. Okay, so I cleaned that off with a little bit of water and a paper towel. And I'm going to use my board eraser to get that paste off.
Good. And Liana says that looks really nice or neat. Is that really neat?
Okay. So that.
And Ken's laughing at me now.
Why?
Ken understands me.
Okay, I'm gonna stick this just in the drawer, and I'm gonna let
He was married long enough.
let that dry. And let's see. Let's go with our peacock feathers.
Ooh.
What should we put
Let's
on?
see the design. Hold on.
What should we put on the peacock feathers?
Which one, guys? I'd say the Noel, but that would put too much ink on it. I want to see the stuff come through. Happy holidays.
Skates. Okay.
Alana says Robin just made her laugh out loud. I'm not quite sure. My
I
goodness.
don't know what I did. Okay. Do we have any votes?
I don't see any votes yet.
Okay.
Which one are you leaning? I like Calm and Bright, but I like Jingle All the Way. I don't know.
You don't like the skates?
Yeah, the skates would work with that. Oh, skate. Cheryl said skate. Liana said skate.
Okay.
Cheryl
let's do
also said.
I'm also looking at what will conform to the curve of the ornament too.
Okay, we got lots of skates.
Okay, so we're doing skates, and there's lots of material in between that I can kind of fold.
Sylvia said
would.
candy.
And that'd be cute too. You could do that one with the red one.
That's a
That'd be cute.
Hey.
Okay.
stay down, baby.
Okay, so again, because it's curved, this doesn't want to lay flat. You can kind of see I've kind of got it all wrinkled. I'm trying to get as much as possible adhered.
Patty says skates, and Ken wanted to be obstinate and said no. Joy to the world.
No, okay, well, and there's always don't be that puppy.
Wow.
Okay, so I think I've got that down. And I'm going to keep pushing as I go because it keeps wanting to pull itself up because it's not laying flat. So I'm going to try to push that down.
Christina's cursing at us again.
Uh-oh.
She said crudberries.
Crudberries.
I missed the beginning.
Uh-oh. Well, we will save it and you can watch the replay.
And it's on YouTube, or will be.
And will be on YouTube. Hey, we have 13 people. I am feeling sorry for myself, but I only have 6. And there we go. I've got double plus 1. Thanks for watching, guys. I don't ever want you to feel like you're not enough. I want to enjoy this. I don't want the crafting part to ever become work, if that makes sense. And I think if I get to feeling sorry for myself, that's when the crafting part becomes work. Okay, so that on there. See that
Cheryl says she has a rolled up newspaper that she put tape on to keep it rolled up, and Zena will straighten right up if I even look at that paper.
Okay, so there's a couple little spots that aren't perfect because of the surface, but it looks, I don't know,
I like it.
I
think the skates were the right choice for that one.
I could do something on the back too.
You mean on the front?
On the front, on the back, whichever. Okay.
That was a big discussion in my classroom when we were
Which is the
lasering
front,
them.
which is the back?
Which is the front and which is the back. Well, if it's black glitter on the inside, it had to be Darth Vader. If it was red, it had to be for the rebels, and if it was blue, it had to be for the. Anyway, we had a whole thing. We had green glitter and we had Yoda on it.
Okay, so let's move on to these puppies. This one will be easier because it is curved, but it's got a flat. And this one I want to do. What did I want to do? I think I'm going to do the Peace on Earth on one of them. It's
Made me think of Vince Gill. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. Hey, Norda Vista Choir did that too, didn't you, Lana?
okay.
Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be.
That looks a little crooked.
Lana says that's beautiful. No, she must have been talking to me because I was just singing.
Okay, I need to stand up and come down on it. Okay, sorry if my head was in the way. Okay.
Well, you know what? I should have shifted to that. Now your head wouldn't be in the way.
Okay, so I've got that pressed down flat, and I'm going to use, what am I going to use? I'll stick with the sparkle, and I'm going to do Shimmer Shadow, which is our black with some shimmer in it. And so this is a lot easier because it really is a flat, but it's curved surface. And I really don't need the sparkle. It doesn't show up so much because the ornament itself is so sparkly. But you can't ever have too much sparkle, right?
As long as it's gunmetal.
So let's peel this off. Again, I can start it at the corner, but I want to pull from the side or the top. There's my Peace on Earth. Look pretty. Wait till you see what I have planned for this. Put that up so it doesn't roll. And I'm going to stick this here. And spray it till I'm ready to clean it. And then let's do this one. And if you let it sit there too long, it will glue itself to your container. So I'm going to peel off this tape. And I think on this one, I'm going to do the Joy to the World. Or should I do Calm and Bright? So I've got Peace on Earth,
What was the other one?
Joy. I've got Joy to the World. I've got Calm and Bright, or I've got Happy Holidays.
No, Joy to the World.
Joy to the
Peace
World.
on Earth and Joy to the World. Those belong together.
Okay,
Lana says there's no such thing as too much sparkle.
that's true. Okay. Joy to the World.
My dog said there's not too many snackles.
Okay, and I'm going to do this also with the Shimmer Shadow.
Yeah, Liana and I think the same way. She said Joy to the World also.
Okay.
Lana says Joy to the World.
Well,
See?
that's
Smart
the
people.
thing. You can do whatever you want, and if someone agrees with you, great. If someone doesn't agree with you, that's okay too. You don't have to go on Facebook and tell everybody your dissatisfaction with something that you read. You can just scroll on by, or you can say your opinion, or
Never.
you can do you. Okay, scrape off the excess, that in the water, close that up, and try not to stick your finger inside because it's really not dry yet.
Absolutely, Kim.
And then peel that off. Okay, so there's a couple little spots where it kind of bled, but I can clean that up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Stick
Cheryl says the temps are below 50 and her pains
Oh.
are kicked into overdrive.
I'm sorry.
That's-
It's the stuff that doesn't matter what temperature you are. It's just the atmosphere. That just doesn't sound fair. Okay, so that's all we're gonna do tonight on the ornaments, because I want to show you a couple of things. Okay, when you go to put these back on, I would wait until it's completely dry. But if you don't, even if you do or if you don't, pull this all the way up, and if you put the ornament on and then you twist it around, you're gonna scrape away your glitter. So this is, you know what, I am gonna let those dry. I'm gonna show you on this one. Okay, so you pull those little things back, and you make sure that's where you want it, and you push it down once and you leave it alone. Because if you twist it around, it's going to scrape away the glitter. So you don't want that. So I will end up doing that with those. Now these, let me show you. I'm going to dry them.
You want them over the
I'm
top or
going to keep you in
front?
suspense. Well, I think whatever. I'll make sure that's dry so I don't smudge it. Okay.
I think
Now,
I like that glitter better than the other one. The other one looks frosty.
well, there's one more step, but yeah, and I don't want to smudge that.
No smudge. No smudging, bud. There you go. There you go.
Okay, well, let me show you one thing. I don't know if you can see it, but on the J and on the 2, it's got some smudges. So what I'm going to do is, if I'm doing this on a smooth surface or like on a chalkboard surface, I can take my detail tool, and this has that little sharp point. It's not sharp, but it's a point, and I can take it and I can just scrape at the part that bled and scrape it away. And it kind of like erases the boo-boo. There you go. Okay, so here's the difference on these. This was the Walmart iridescent glitter. It's a little chunkier. It's maybe a little more see-through. This was the It's Pretty Personal Cheat. It is finer and it's a little more solid, but this is what I'm going to do with these guys. What did I do with it? Here it is. Okay. Ta-da! I'm going to put a light inside.
What are those?
These are little battery-operated tea lights. And I got some of these at Dollar Tree that look like this. Okay. So they're like 2 for $1. And I also got some, and I don't remember, I think I got them at Dollar Tree also, but they're color changing. So, I guess you're not up there.
You know what?
So
let me see if I can keep the
change-
color over the top.
They change color. Okay,
There you go,
It's
like that.
blue. And it'll go
Good
to
red.
green, no, yellow. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it in here. Now, if I glue it down, I'm not going to be able to turn it off. So I'm really just going to kind of put it in there.
You know, you could probably put a Velcro dot.
I could. Okay. So you're not going to be able to see it from the upper camera. But here, let me. Okay, now this one doesn't change colors, but it kind of flickers.
Hey,
So
that's enough, folks.
I'm gonna put these in, and I'm gonna walk it over to the front-facing camera.
Actually, I'll do it. I can keep my
So-
bald head ugly. Watch out, Duke.
So
You know, it helps if I go to the front-facing camera. Don't you be making fun of me.
would never. Would
Yeah,
never.
right. You and Alana.
So you can kind of see.
Okay,
I
I'm
don't
gonna do
know.
it this way.
Should we
Yeah,
turn
look,
off
look.
the? Anyway, but they kind of glow. Well, they definitely glow. Now the one with the more expensive glitter is a little more subtle. Maybe because it's thicker. But the one with the Walmart glitter, you can like actually see the flame, or the fake flame. But it's a little more visible. So
This one needs a
Yeah.
hat put on it.
yeah, I just didn't want to do it. So cute little thing to put on your tree. What I saw somebody do,
That's so cute.
what I saw that someone could do, which I probably wouldn't,
Thank you, Alana.
is you can take this and, because this is plastic, you could figure out where that little switch is. And with your X-Acto knife, you could cut out a little opening. And then you could glue this on. And then from the outside, you could turn it on and off. But I think I would just unscrew it and turn it off. So, what do you think? Cute idea? And these, again, with these babies, you want to decide where you want it, which way you want it, put it on, shove it down, and then leave it. There we go.
We had another jump.
So that way it won't scrape up your glitter. So, cute idea for using these ornaments. I don't know. I guess you could dump something down inside of one of these, but now these I could doll up with some ribbon. So I could take, let's see, I could take, this is Dollar Tree. It's buffalo, red and black buffalo check with little white snowflakes on it. I could take this, whatever I had on the front, and I could put on a bow. Maybe I could tie on a bow.
Yes, they do have remote control tea lights and stuff
Oh,
too.
yeah, that's true.
Liana says, turned out cute. And yes, they do have controlled tea lights. We have some, what do they call, pillar candles?
So, yeah,
that are remote, and we use those.
These are pillar candles. These
Those
these
are
have
not
a
remote,
remote.
though, right?
These also have a timer to where they will turn on and off at certain times.
But after a couple of years, we're noticing the batteries are dying, so I got to go up and figure out how to change the batteries out of those.
Just take the bottoms off.
Huh?
You just take the bottom off. And
I know, but I got to find the battery. I got to know which kind
why
it
we
is.
bought them.
I'm gonna handle it.
Okay, so
I'm gonna handle it. You just keep doing extra on those.
okay. Well, I'm trying to tie this. Bow.
Just trying to tie one on, and it's not
Tie
even
a
Christmas.
bow. So it's not really wanting to stay, but that's okay. I could either glue it
Hot
or
glue.
I could hot glue it.
Glue
or
answer to everything.
so cute little. Oops! Try not to drop it. I could dress it up with bows. I could dress it up with jingle bells. I could dress it up with flowers, greenery, whatever I wanted. And then I just really like those. Those are pretty. I'm gonna actually put these on my tree.
You
We
can put
got-
ribbon on those too.
We got a taller tree. We've always had like a 6-foot tree. And since we moved up here, we don't need to put our tree in front of our window because nobody drives past the front of our house.
Well, they can't see
Nobody-
it. Everybody
nobody-
drives past the front. They can't see it.
We're way up the mountain. So we don't need a Christmas tree window. So we thought we could move the tree somewhere else, and we have slanted ceilings. So one part of our living room is got like 10-foot ceilings. So we got us a 9-foot tree last year. So, but I'm noticing I need more ornaments to fill out a 9-foot tree. So that's why I'm making these. So hopefully you saw something new. Ken, you gonna go out and make some?
Yes.
My Dollar Tree
Right on.
still had these ornaments if you wanted to do them. And again, I just use polyacrylic. It doesn't matter if it's matte or gloss or semi-gloss for this project. It doesn't matter. And get you some glitter. So this was Dollar Tree glitter, perfectly fine. This was Walmart, a little bit better quality. It's a little brighter gold.
It's a deeper gold and a brighter shimmer.
Okay. So that may not even be something of quality. That could just be coloring. Okay. So here was our gunmetal hematite, gunmetal gray, and this was our peacock feathers. This was chunky, so I can kind of see through it, but it still looks pretty.
Ken says we ought to put our tree out on the highway, so it's overlooking the highway.
Well, we do have a tree that we could decorate.
Yeah.
That's out there already. I think it used to be the previous owner's live Christmas tree that they planted. Okay, so tell me your favorite. Before we go, tell me your favorite. Do you like the light up ones? Do you like the peacock feathers? Do you like the gunmetal? Do you just like solid color? Something I've seen with this is you could turn this into a reindeer really easily. You could get googly eyes and a pom-pom nose, or you could just with paint on some eyes and a nose, and then take pipe cleaners and make antlers, and you could make a little reindeer out of that one. Or you could make a gingerbread man, or you could use the white glitter and you could make a snowman. So easy enough to do with kids with supervision, because glitter, you're gonna have glitter everywhere.
Ken says he Googled a good spot for our tree. Thank you, Ken. I appreciate it. Let me get right on that. I'll go look it up. They like the jars with the tea lights. The light up one.
too.
Yes. And Ken says he seriously likes them all.
So,
Thank you.
so if you come to our house, you will
Peacock
probably
feathers.
see them.
Peacock
Yes,
feathers
I
on the
like
light
this
up.
peacock feather. Oh well, Alana don't you decorate in those jewel tone colors too? She likes peacock feathers and the light up ones.
Yeah, she just likes anything sparkly.
So I wonder if
Here we
No.
go.
yeah, but it didn't get down there.
You know, it'd be too much for that size, but those little fairy lights.
Oh,
That
yeah,
would
you
get
could use
inside
fairy lights too.
They have really like 4 or 5, 6 lights.
And they make great big plastic ones too. And like I said, ooh, 500 stars. Thank you, Ken.
Oh, he's just trying to outdo Alana now. We got a coffee mug from Ken. Thank you.
Thank you. Again, you could probably use this same technique on jars, baby food jars, or you could even do canning jars if you wanted to. Make a big scene. Make a big scene. Make a big jar like that. Maybe put in a bigger, maybe one of these size candles, only the little shorter ones, and or you could put a little church in there, a little anyway.
You got all kinds of
You got
ideas.
all kinds of things you could do. Hopefully, I gave you some ideas, and maybe you'll try it. If you do, I'd love to see what you come up with. Send me some pictures. What was I going to say?
I don't know what we're going to say.
Card link, if you're interested in this transfer, it is still in stock. Probably will not get it by Christmas time at this point, though. But if you're interested in any of the supplies I used, you can just comment cart or shop on and it'll take you to my online shop. Anyway, I'm not here pushing sales tonight. I'm just crafting with y'all, and I'm done feeling sorry for myself, at least for the next 10 minutes. And then,
So,
yes.
I will tell you, everybody here, you can remind her, tell her to take her vitamins. I've been nagging her, and she hasn't been doing it. I don't feel good, so she hasn't been doing it. Hey, buddy. Come on, nag her, people. Nag her. Every time you get on, say, hey, did you take your vitamins? She's supposed to take them 3 times a day.
Not vitamins. Well,
Your
iron. Yeah.
See?
Dad.
See what I have to put up with?
I
See?
know. It's all part of feeling sorry for myself. Okay, thanks, Ken. You have a super duper evening too. All of you have super duper evenings. Have a super duper Sunday tomorrow. And I'm not sure what we're gonna do, but I think we'll come back on live tomorrow because I just feel strange. I feel like I'm abandoning you if I don't come on. So hopefully you can join us and invite your friends, and let's get some more followers and let's get some more viewers. And in the meantime, I'm just going to enjoy you guys. So thanks so much. And let me do a quick pose.